Hey, it's Angela from Taylor Dry Facial Aesthetics, and as promised last week, I am back and I am going to microneedle my face. So, in review, last week I did a light chemical peel, or I'd say light to medium chemical peel, and so I did that on a Thursday, and within about 48 hours, I started to notice a little bit of peeling. I felt a little bit of sunburn-ish feeling for, I don't know, maybe 24 hours after I had it done. And then, as predicted, on about day 4 to 5, my skin felt great. I did break out a little bit from it, which is typical for my skin. I break out from everything. I have very sensitive skin. So that was also expected. So now my skin is at the perfect point for me to do microneedling. I love to do these two treatments together because the skin peel is actually going to, what it does is it actually like thins out the skin a little bit and it exfoliates, get rid of all the dead skin, so that when we do the microneedling, we're able to get like right into the like nitty gritty of where we want to be. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I just have to do a little bit of prep before I get started. So I'm going to just talk a little bit while I wipe off my face. You will notice that I have a little bit of redness. Part of that is just going to be from me wiping my face. I just get red from pretty much everything. I have very sensitive skin. So a couple of things that I'm going to be doing a little bit different today than if you were to come in and have this treatment done. So first of all, if you were coming in by me as a client and having microneedling done, I would have you come into the office. I'd call you in and we would spend the first few minutes doing like a consultation and kind of talking about your skin and your needs or what you're looking for. And then after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some numbing cream on your face, because microneedling, okay, so it kind of varies. I always do the forehead first because the forehead is the most uncomfortable part. We call it spicy. I don't like to say painful because pain is not a word I want to use in my office, but it is spicy on the forehead, I'm going to say, because it's bone. And so what we're doing is we're taking this device, which I will show you in just a minute here, and this device has 13 tiny, tiny little needles in it. They're very, very tiny. And I'm going to open that up right now. So they come in a little individual packet that I will open while you're sitting here in the chair. And then it goes right into this little part of the device. This is the actual device itself. Okay. And that's it. So you're probably not going to be able to see this even if I come up really, really close. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see it, but maybe you can kind of see it. There's those tiny, tiny little needles in there. I don't know if you can see them. But what those do is they make micro perforations in the skin. So I always say it's kind of like, this is a horrible analogy, but it is what it is. So it's kind of like, did you ever have one of those meat tenderizers where you press into the meat, it puts the little holes in it so the marinades and everything can settle into the like meat? That's what this is. So obviously on a much smaller scale, we're not putting holes in your skin. What we're doing is we're creating what I call micro trauma to the skin. It's controlled. This is not me just coming in there and tearing things apart. No, 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 no. What we're doing is we're causing a micro trauma, a planned micro trauma. And what that does is it stimulates blood flow to the area. And because it is, your skin is going to perceive it as a trauma, your body is going to want to heal it. And so that's the beauty of microneedling. I love the simplicity of this. This is just a very like simple machine. And what it does is it makes those holes, your skin reacts. The blood flow comes to the surface, so you'll be red for a few days. Then as your skin heals, what it's doing is your whole body is sending signals to your skin on your face to heal. So you get more blood flow. You're going to get more collagen, elastin. The tiny little microneedles, those are going to also break up scar tissue. This is why I love it so much, because I've told you in other videos before too, I get so many scars. Anytime I break out, I always get a red scar. So while the breakout heals, I'm always left with this stupid scar. Microneedling always helps me with that, so I appreciate it a lot. So I'm going to get my gloves on. So back to what to expect when you come in, that I'm not going to do. So I did not numb my face. I am not going to numb my face, and that's okay. Everybody kind of has their own way of doing it. Everybody has their own threshold and tolerance, that kind of stuff. For me, I am fine doing it. I have a very unusually high pain tolerance for things typically, so it just doesn't bother me. But if you were a client coming in here, I would definitely be using a numbing cream. So, sorry, I'm going off camera for a minute here. I would put that cream onto your face, and then I put you out in our massage chair, which is beautiful. So you get to go sit out in the massage chair for 20 minutes while the numbing cream takes effect on your skin. And so I come get you out of the massage chair, then you come back out here for your treatment, which is about 20 minutes. It takes probably to do the whole face. So I'm just going to show you little bits and pieces of mine. I don't think you want to sit here and watch for a full 20 minutes. I don't know, maybe you do. So I'm going to go relatively quickly over my own face just so that you can kind of see what it's like. You can gauge how it feels for me. I don't usually put this all over the face. I put it on section by section as I go. This is our Neo-Cutis Bio Gel. This is a really great moisturizer. It's got some growth factor in there, some really good things for your skin. So this is what I'm going to microneedle down into your face. I'm not just doing the holes, I'm actually putting things down in them that are beneficial to your skin. Okay, so now we're going to get started. So when I turn this on, it sounds a little bit like a tattoo gun. So, and it's basically the same idea. So now I'm going to try to do this into my phone. And I use what I call a stamping technique. And the reason that I do this is because I don't want to put any drag or tear on the skin. I really prefer to just have an up-down technique so those needles are not putting any pull on my skin, if that makes any sense. So what we are looking for on the skin when I'm doing this is we are looking for micro bleeding, or we call it pinpoint bleeding. You can see that I'm getting red. So some bleeding is actually expected and is actually a very good outcome for this treatment. So that's one thing that I watch for. And when I see that, I'm like, oh good, I'm doing a good job. So that's the forehead. So I'm going to pause this video from time to time. I'm going to do a section and then I'll come back and talk in between. Okay, so I finished with my forehead. Now I'm moving down on my face a little bit more. So I actually turned up the depth of my pen because I really want to get deeper, because now we're getting into the area where the skin is thicker. So we can go a little bit deeper on the skin where it's thicker. So that's what I'm doing. So some of the things that people will ask me is, who is this good for? And my answer, the short answer is it's good for anybody. I mean, microneedling is good for anybody's skin, any skin type. It's especially good for anybody who has any kind of scarring. I can even just work on individual scars, but it's really great for breaking up scars, tissues, that kind of stuff like that. It's great for people who break out. I cannot go over an active breakout necessarily, and here's why. When you have an active breakout that's actively infected, I do not want to go directly over that because there is infected tissue there. So when we're going over that, we're piercing it with a needle, and I don't want to spread that because then the breakout might spread. So I'm not in the business of trying to make you look worse. But you can see I'm getting nice and red, pink. I have some bleeding on my forehead, which is exactly what I expected, and exactly what I wanted. For me, because like I said, I didn't use any numbing cream or anything like that. I always just kind of say this is an annoying feeling more than anything for me. But a lot of things don't bother me very bad. So now I just wanted to keep going here because I want to show you. You can see right in here I have some, this is all scarring from when I broke out. So I'm going to spend a little bit of extra time on that area. And I also am going to go back over everything. So when I did my forehead, I went over everything twice, which is what I'm going to do this time too. But like when I come down into this area underneath my lips, where I have those scars, I'm going to be treating them a little bit extra because I want to break that up. So how often should you have this done? Is another thing that I'm asked a lot. Ideally, you would have this done probably every 6 to 8 weeks, just to keep your skin turning over. If you want the the ultimate like anti-aging benefits of it. But not everybody can commit to doing something every 6 to 8 weeks. That's okay. If you can do it a couple times a year, you're going to have benefits as well. If you're trying to break up a lot of scarring, I would do 2 treatments closer together, followed by a third. So I'd maybe do one, then do another one like 3 weeks later, and then do another one maybe a month after that until that scar is broken up. Because the thing with microneedling is a lot of the treatment happens after the treatment as your skin is healing. So up to like 30 days after your treatment, your skin is still doing things as a result of this treatment. So the best benefit isn't even seen until later. What I always tell people too, my favorite after microneedling is day 5. And here's the reason why. It's like, for whatever reason for me, I will wake up on day 5 and my skin looks magnificent. Like I wake up, I walk by the mirror in the bathroom and I feel like I have a whole new face. I love it. So that's my favorite part of microneedling. But everybody's a little bit different. But I would say most people see that, like I call it the microneedling glow. They usually see that like on about day 5, I would say. Okay. So I'm finished. I just finished my whole face. I went right over my upper lip. I went as close to under my eyes as I could. We don't want to go beyond this bone here. You can see I've got a little bit of the pinpoint bleeding everywhere. That's good. I stopped at my chin line. I really would like to do my neck, but just thinking ahead to tomorrow, I am working, I have clients, and so I didn't want to have a really, really red neck. So I will just have a really red face and a really white neck instead, which is just as well. So you can see I'm really red right now, and I will continue to be red. I'll probably get a little bit redder actually as the night goes on, and that's okay. That's to be expected again, because like what's happening right now underneath the skin, all the blood's rushing to the surface. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to apply my aftercare. So I can't say this enough. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting yourself a really good post-treatment care product. Here in the office, I recommend our Neo-Cutis Aftercare. It's going to be the perfect blend of being super hydrating, and it also has that human growth factor in it and all these other good things that are going to just really help to encourage healing of the skin. Because remember, the best part of the microneedling is the healing process. That's where you get the most results. So following up with really good skin product is key, and in my opinion, is one of the most critical parts of having any of these services done. You're going to spend the money and you're going to spend the time and spend the embarrassment of having a red face for a few days. Really make sure that you're doing it right. So I do have this Neo-Cutis Aftercare available here in the office. You can take it home with you the day of your treatment. And that's it. So if you were here in my office having this done, you probably would have been here for about an hour. So, 10-15 minutes while we're talking, applying the numbing cream. I put you in the massage chair in the other room for 20 minutes. You get to sit in the dark. You just get to get a little bit of a massage. You relax for 20 minutes. I come bring you in here, put you in the chair, and that's when we get started with the treatment. And beginning to end, it takes 15 to 20 minutes at the most. It goes by pretty quickly. As far as what it feels like, you just saw I did it without numbing myself. I'd numb you if you were here. I call it more annoying than anything. I don't find it to be painful, but again, I have a pretty high tolerance for things like this. But if you are more on the sensitive side, we adjust your settings. I want you to be as comfortable as possible while also attaining the results that you're looking for. So I'll work with you on that. So I hope that this was helpful. Sorry, it's a longer video, but I just really wanted to show you what it looks like. This is what it looks like. And if you have any questions about this, or if you want to come in, you can either give me a call at 920-316-2741. You can even text me at that number. It is a cell phone, so you can call me or text me. Or you can just go onto our website, which is sheboyganbeauty.com. Just type it in, www.sheboyganbeauty.com. And you can set up an appointment. You can set up a microneedling resurfacing treatment. But again, you can also do the chemical peel first. Schedule those about a week apart and you'll be golden. All right, take care. Have a great week. Bye.